I had humble beginnings in inventory management when at 12 years old I organized the inventory and ordering for my mom's flower shop. I eventually became operations manager for large regional electronics and furniture stores managing $12 to $45 million worth of inventory. I own my own business now, and while you may only have $5,000 to $50,000 worth of inventory in your decorative concrete business, the same inventory management principles apply. And today I'm going to share them with you. My name is Nezat with Decorative Concrete Engine, where we offer business building tips and instruction design to help you launch and propel your decorative concrete business forward. In this video, I'm going to share 4 principles of inventory management to help you maximize your net profit and peace of mind. Be sure to stick around to the end because I've got a bonus deep dive into the difference between disposable and consumable supplies for a simple boost to your net profits you may be overlooking. And keep your eye out for the check engine light. These are bonus tips to keep your decorative concrete engine running smoothly. Let's jump in. Principle number 1, maintain a min-max system. Calculate the minimum amount of material to keep on hand at any given time depending on the average square footage of your most popular systems. For example, I maintain 1,000 square feet of all my most popular systems at all times. For my systems, that includes our skim, dry component, and the wet modifier, pigments, pattern tapes, and the most popular sealers that we use. Don't forget to keep backup tools and supplies on hand as well. These may be things like pool trowels, margin trowels, magic trowels, jiffy mixers, mixing buckets, diamonds, diamond blades, and all your disposable and consumables as well. Stay tuned because after these principles, I'm going to give a deep dive and talk about the difference between consumable and disposable supplies to make the most of your business dollars. Check your engine. If you're just starting out, we recommend choosing 3 primary systems to offer your prospective customers. Create sample boards of those 3 systems, and based on the first principle, keep an average square footage of supplies in inventory at all times. When you show the product, be prepared to install it. Don't show samples or photos of something that you can't get because it may be back ordered or not available. That's the min of the min-max system. To completely follow this principle, you have to be aware of the maximum amounts you should keep on hand. Decorative concrete products and supplies have a shelf life. You don't want too much product that you won't be able to use before their shelf life expires. We use Estimate Rocket for all of our estimates and work orders. There will be a link in the description box below. But with Estimate Rocket, we can run a report to see our system sold and the average square footage of each system. This helps us to determine the average usage over the last couple of months. Let me give you an example. If you have a shelf life of 6 months for a particular sealer, you probably don't want more than 3 or 4 months of average use on hand. That way, you'll never bump up on or exceed your shelf life expectancy. If you have inventory sitting on your shelves nearing their life expectancy, be sure to subscribe to our channel and our Decorative Concrete Engine Insider email list below. We'll have an upcoming video to teach you how to sell to your inventory and clear your shelves. Principle number 2, have proper storage space. Proper storage space takes into account room and temperature. Shelving, dry space, and climate-controlled spaces are all components of proper storage space for your decorative concrete inventory. Here in South Louisiana, we deal with high humidity. So the humidity in a garage or a storage unit may be too high for some of our dry component products. You won't be able to store them in this type of space for long without affecting the life expectancy or effectiveness of the product. We also deal with high temperatures, so we need a climate-controlled storage space for our sealers, epoxies, and pattern tapes to extend their shelf life. This goes without saying, but storage of bulk products should never be in your work trailer or truck because of extreme temperatures, both high and low. You can determine what kind of space planning you need to make by understanding the product specs of your top systems. You will also need a large enough space to store items properly to prevent damage. Time to check your engine. Be sure to rotate your stock. When you get new supplies in, make sure that all of your old products slide forward and your new materials go in the back. This doesn't just apply to expensive sealers, but all of your tapes and other supplies as well. Principle number 3, have dedicated relationships for your supplies and products. The value of having a dedicated relationship for your supplies and products is that you understand your cost, shipping times, distribution times, and, you guessed it, inventory management. By purchasing from the same source every time, you can buy in bulk, understand your cost, save time on the road when you're not running around gathering supplies to find what you need. You can stay organized because we have dedicated sources. You use the same items on a regular basis, which makes it easier to stay organized on the truck and in the warehouse, ultimately helping you with inventory management. There's nothing worse than ending up with random leftovers. These turn into supplies that you can't use, but end up storing, which is a direct link to the physical storage space that we talked about in principle number 2. Some of your dedicated relationships include your primary product supplier, a local paint or hardware store, and big box stores like Sam's Club or Costco. This is where we often buy our shop rags and miscellaneous supplies. So far, we've talked about maintaining a min-max system, having proper storage, and having dedicated relationships for your products and supplies. Our final principle of inventory management is principle number 4, book business in the future. You don't want to wait until days before the project starts to scramble and get what you need. Booking business weeks, even months out, will give you the appropriate amount of time to order supplies. Don't be afraid to schedule jobs in the future. We successfully schedule 2 to 3 jobs per week, up to 60, even 90 days out. When you are scheduled out like this, you can anticipate your supply needs. You can time your inventory better so you don't have too much or too little on hand. But don't forget principle number 1. I don't keep inventory based on the job. I use the min-max for our preferred systems, and then I will exceed my max if we need to when I've sold larger jobs in the future. Here's a quick pro tip. Understand the pricing of your system. Your deposit should cover the majority of your product costs. So when you get your deposit in hand, you can order your materials. As promised, here's a quick discussion on how to handle disposable and consumable supplies in your inventory for a simple boost to your profits you may be overlooking. Disposable items are one-time use items. Consumables can be used over and over, but they have a short lifespan. I've seen guys, even my own crew from time to time, confuse these two. Sometimes consumable tools are not properly cared for and only get one use out of them when they should last for several jobs. Sometimes disposable items are treated like consumables and you spend more time trying to clean them to use them again than they're even worth. For example, we use 2-quart mixing buckets that cost us 62 cents per bucket because we buy them in bulk. To clean that bucket, it may take a half gallon of solvent at $20 a gallon. That would be a loss of over $2,000 over the course of a year. In this case, use the bucket once and throw it away. On the flip side, a magic trowel is a consumable, meaning that it doesn't last forever, but you should be able to use this tool on more than one project if you maintain it correctly, clean it, and store it properly. A magic trowel is $25. We can get 3 to 5 projects out of it before the ends start to get frayed and it won't leave a clean swipe. That's $100 savings just by taking care of it. That could be a couple $1,000s in net profit over the course of a year on just that one tool. Consider this across the board for all your consumable materials and tools and boost your net profits. So there you have it. 4 principles of inventory management to help you maximize your net profit and have peace of mind. And instant savings by treating the consumable versus disposable elements of your inventory properly. If this was helpful, be sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more tips to launch and propel your decorative concrete business forward. Thanks for watching. See you next time for targeted advice for launching and optimizing your decorative concrete business.